This is what's left of the former uranium mining town of Slick Rock, Colorado, in the far southwest corner of the state. The geology in this area is typical of the canyon country of the Colorado Plateau, with vast layers of colorful sandstone piled on top of each other. Evolutionists tell us that rock formations like this were built up very slowly over millions of years of time. Most of the rock layers in the Slick Rock area are Middle to Late Jurassic. The light-colored layer is the Slick Rock member of Entrada Sandstone, and the reddish layer is the Somerville Formation. Both are Middle Jurassic. I'm Terry Bay, and this light gray rock layer I'm standing in front of is called the Junction Creek Sandstone. It lies above the Somerville Formation and just below the Late Jurassic Morrison Formation, which is famous for uranium and for dinosaurs, like Allosaurus, Brontosaurus, and Stegosaurus. In fact, around the year 2000, a Camarasaurus, a large sauropod, was excavated from this area. But dinosaurs didn't just leave their bones in these rock layers. Sometimes they also left something else. Their footprints, like here at Dinosaur Ridge in the town of Morrison, Colorado, after which the Morrison Formation is named. There are also footprints here in this rock face in the Junction Creek Formation. Here you can see what looked like 3 sets of tracks, which were likely made by a 2-legged theropod dinosaur, something like a velociraptor. But while Velociraptor was a 2-legged, 3-toed dinosaur, these prints indicate an animal with more than 3 toes. Which is perhaps why in the past the local people called them cat tracks, like this one from a mountain lion. But the track maker was more likely what's called a basal sauropod, like Ankylosaurus or Cetad ruesi, that was probably 10 to 14 feet long. I think it was most likely a Cetad. This track is the longest and has slightly larger footprints, which means it could represent an adult. It even goes up and over the topmost layer. The 2 other tracks have fewer footprints and also appear to be a little smaller, indicating they might have been made by juveniles of the same species. As this photograph taken about 20 years ago shows, the smaller tracks used to be about the same length as the larger track. So these tracks may represent an adult dinosaur with 2 subadults and may also indicate social behavior. However, what's really significant about them is that unlike most track sites, these footprints were not made in one layer of sediment, but crossed 4 distinct layers or bedding planes of rock. As you can see, the 2 lower sediment layers were laid down flat or horizontally, while the upper 2 are cross-bedded. According to evolution, a sequence of rock layers like this would have formed over hundreds of thousands of years of evolutionary time. But these tracks clearly show that all 4 layers had to be deposited quickly, probably in just a matter of days, in order for the dinosaurs to leave their footprints in them. Some of the footprints still even show the up-push of wet sediment made when the dinosaur stepped here. This one clearly shows how the soft sediment was deformed or moved around the dinosaur's foot as it walked here. And this amazing impression lies directly on the line of contact between 2 different layers of rock, one horizontal, the other cross-bedded. Both had to be laid down very quickly and still be soft for that to happen. This remarkable track site provides strong evidence against traditional evolutionary geology that says that sedimentary layers like this form very gradually over long periods of time. All four of these sediment layers had to be laid down in rapid succession by some kind of marine catastrophe. That sounds a lot like the worldwide flood of Noah. Here's what the Bible has to say in Genesis 7:19 and 21. And the waters prevailed exceedingly on the earth, and all the high hills under the whole heaven were covered. And all flesh died that moved on the earth, birds and cattle and beasts, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth, and every man. Chapter 1 of Genesis also tells us that on day 6 of creation week, God created man and all the land animals. And that would include dinosaurs. So a literal reading of Scripture would put the creation of dinosaurs and man around 6,000 years ago. Just as these footprints indicate a rapid rate of rock formation by a watery cataclysm, is it possible that most of Earth's sedimentary layers were made this way, and the dinosaurs did not live 65 million years ago, but only a few thousand years ago? The evidence we see written in stone here at Slick Rock speaks for itself, doesn't it?